Good morning. It's good to be here with y'all. I heard this is the best high school in the city. Is that true? Well, we're going to have fun today. We'll spend about an hour together. We'll talk about some serious stuff. We'll talk about some funny stuff. And I'll do a little bit of martial arts for you. How many like martial arts? Raise your hand.
Yeah, buddy.
Well, who likes Jackie Chan?
If he says he trained him.
Okay, what about Bruce Lee?
Nope.
How about Chuck Norris? Chuck Norris gets it here. What about Jet Li? Tony Jaa? Okay. Well, I'm a martial artist. That's what I've done with my life. I've trained over 30 world champions, and I brought one of them with me today. He's going to assist me in a few demos. He's the current national champion and won the world championships last year. But I hold a 7th degree black belt in K2Do, which is a mixture of karate and jiu-jitsu. And I'm not saying I'm good, I'm just saying I've been hit a lot. So, look, I've had my nose broke so many times. I don't know if y'all can see it from that far away. That's how I got my wife, right there. Dead sex appeal right there. What's up, ladies? Okay. But I travel the country as a speaker, and it's my joy to be here today with you, and I appreciate the sponsors who brought me in, from your principal to Mrs. Smith, but I need to let y'all know something. I'm not getting paid for this. I have come on my own free will, all right? Because I wish somebody like me would have come to my high school and just visit with me a little bit and told me some things that I wish I would have heard then instead of learning later. So that's what I'm going to talk to you guys about a little bit. Does that sound okay? All right. Okay, just so y'all know, I got an accent. In case you couldn't tell. I'm from Louisiana originally. I appreciate that. As a matter of fact, because our people are starting to get, well known. As I travel and speak, somebody told me one time a while back, they said, "Hey, you talk like them swamp people." And I was like, "Why are you being rude?" And they said, no, and they told me it was a TV show, us swamp people. Oh, yeah. So I went, I don't have the big fancy cable, but when I was in a hotel room, I found it. Anybody ever seen that show, Swamp People? Okay. Yeah, they kill alligators. And they're like, hey, shoot the gator, shoot him in the head. And I was like, man, I don't know if I want to be known as a swamp gator killer, people. I mean, I got a high school education and all, and all of a sudden my brother, a few weeks back, texted me a picture, my older brother. He's squatting down, he's got cut off sleeves, he's got a big knife in his hand, and he's got 4 alligators laying down, they're all dead. He said, I killed him with the knife. I was like, oh my gosh, I am a swamp people. So that's my background if you detect an accent. But I got picked on in school. I got beat up as a kid, which was motivation for me to learn martial arts. High school was bad. I think junior high was worse. Anybody agree with that? I think the school system, we should just get rid of junior high. Middle school, I don't know what you call middle school. Just a couple of years off. Just, you guys, we don't have to go to school no more. Y'all go fishing, go surfing, go skateboarding, whatever. And then come back for high school, because junior high was crazy. But there was a catalyst to motivate me to train in martial arts. And so I travel and do demonstrations. You want to see a couple of things? Yeah! Now I'm older now. When I was younger, I used to be pretty good. But I'm older. Can I get a volunteer? Come on up here.
You'd have to stand in the middle of jumping down.
I don't even know if this is legal. The staff, I didn't clear it, so don't sue anybody. Hey, what's your name? Christian, nice to meet you, buddy. My name is Mr. Marx. All right, now, right here on this podium, I got a training pistol, okay? It's not real. So you don't have to start running until the exits, okay? But this is something I do, I have fun with. I travel. Some of the kids I like to speak to are kids who are incarcerated all around the nation. I love going to the detention centers and youth prisons. That's one of my favorite, because they're all in there. And they're hard. I mean, you know, you go stand up in front of gang members and people who've been sentenced for, 18 months to 99 years. I've seen it. Kids your age. And I went to one place, they're like, well, you gonna talk about white Wonder Bread? That was just the girls. And I was like, whoa. That's your mama, easy. But I got up, but they like martial arts, so I do this demonstration. I take this training pistol. Come here, Mr. Crothers, just in case you have to hold his mic. Now what I do is, okay, it's not gonna shoot me, for real. All right, but what I do is I pull out a gang member, and I say, why don't you hold his gun in my head? Hold his gun in my head like you're mugging me. There you go. How many people have you mugged in your life? Okay, we gotta make them a little more gangster, so take your hand out your pocket. There you go. Grab your crotch. No, I'm just joking. Turning it sideways is popular. Although it's not always the way, but what I'm gonna do is, you pull the trigger when you see me do my little karate move, all right? I won't break your hand or your face, okay? I gotta warm up.
Oh, that's why you check the clip and hugged it back.
All right, y'all ready?
Now
you pull the trigger when you see me do my little karate move. Here we go. Oh, uh-oh, you got me. That one don't work. All right, let's try it again. I'll try a fancy kick. You ready? You own one of these, buddy? Can I take my jacket off for a second? All right, same deal. Why don't you hold that up to my head? Thanks, Mr. Evans. When you see me move, matter of fact, when y'all see me move, do your hands like this. When you see me move, just clap your hands. And if I can get to them before you clap, then I win. All right? And you owe me $1. Okay. Scissors?
I didn't even clap. Yeah, you got the flip too. Yeah. I didn't even clap.
All right, and this is the best part. Listen for the click. Now let's give him a big hand. Thank you, Kristen.
You must teach me. You could be Batman.
I like that one.
You could be Batman.
Okay, in martial arts, speed became part of my, what I progressed at most. And I've actually, if you want to show your family or friends that technique, you can go on YouTube and just Google gang member with gun versus martial arts expert. And I'm actually in a juvenile facility, and the kid, he pulls a gun on me. And that was timed at 0.25 of a second is a disarm. So it's kind of fun. I always wanted to be fast. So I started stealing when I was a kid to practice, but I got caught. So I got into martial arts, and I said, oh, this would be good. Now, y'all want to see one more technique? Yeah? Okay, well, let's stick on that speed deal. Mr. Crothers, let me borrow you for a second. It's Mr. Crothers, world champion. Let's give him a big hand right here.
The real one.
I started training him when he was about 7, 8 years old.
Wow.
And he was horrible. But he never gave up. That's the truth, he never gave up. And he ends up winning the national and the world championship titles, fighting against all styles or systems. It's really cool. But he's a humble guy. And he's my chief instructor, because we actually, guess where I live?
Humble. Oh.
I live in Murrieta. And we actually, we opened up a martial arts academy, and he's the chief instructor, so he gets beat on the most. But what I'm going to do is a technique real quick. You have to watch it. I'm going to attempt to hit him 6, 7, or 8 times in 1 second. How many would like to see that? Raise your hand. All right. Now, you hadn't seen it in any movies, have you? No. Okay. And you know what? I remember thinking, man, if I could do this, oh, wouldn't that be great? And there were haters going, what are you talking about? People always kind of like, you can't do that. So I poked him in his eye. I said, no, what? No, I didn't do that. Didn't have to be that fast, did it? So now this technique is fun. Let me kind of explain it to you. Come here. All right. We'll work it. The principle is if he grabs me, I'm redirecting the technique. Coming in, we manipulate the body by using the joints. Our strikes, see how the head comes forward? And we come in and then open them up, close it up. But no, I hate fighting. I mean, I'm non-violent, so I run away, but break his knee when I do. So the principle looks like this. Grabs. See how this works? If he's grabbing with 2 hands, the same principle. If he was grabbing the whole break right there, come in, boom, 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 and then. I'll hit his thigh because we won't get back, man. But it's minimum effort with maximum result. So if it grabs, there you go. Let's give him a big hand, you guys.
We're joining this class. We're joining this class. We're signing up. That's a lot more than just.
I love it. Now, can I just say one disclaimer? Please don't try this on your friends when you leave the auditorium.
Damn it.
Because the school will never let me back in. Hey, here's a few things that I wish people would have told me when I was your age. Y'all want to know? Okay, wait. Let me qualify this for a second, okay? Make sure we got time. We still got time. Let me qualify this for a second. I've had a very good, I think what people would call a successful life. I pursued the things that I wanted to do, what I was excited or curious or passionate about, and I did them. I really had a good rise and went to the top of my field teaching martial arts. Actually, I ended up in Hawaii. Aloha. We have one of the largest martial arts schools in Hawaii. We had over 500 students and a staff of 15 instructors. And it's been good. I've had the privilege to work with, using my skill sets to work with NFL players, to actors and musicians, and it's been good. And I got a great, I'm married. Woo! I love being married. And 23 years now. And yeah, that's a miracle. And then I have 5 children too, huh?
Wow. Are their last names baskets?
Oh yeah. So I got 5 kids, 22, 20, 18. So I got 3 adults. We took a 10-year break, and then we decided to have a couple more. So I got an 8-year-old and a little 6-year-old. Isn't that sweet? It's like raising a second family. And you forget when you're raising the big ones to this one, because it's been so long. Like my son, my little 6-year-old, he walked away. He was, you know, I told him something to get off. You know, you get huffy as a kid. He's like, I said, boy, pick your shoulders up. And he doesn't even know what that means, so he went. I started laughing. I was like, oh, boy, I didn't mean that, although it was kind of funny. But I've had money. I've had the things about success. So I'm just trying to tell you, I've had a good adult life, right? But that's not what defines me. Either the success or whatever I've had. It's been great. My life's been chronicled in a book. We wrote a book, and we just finished completion of a film, a documentary film on my story. And it's actually, we're going to hold a premiere here in Murrieta for the film. How many of you like to come to that? But here's the deal, I had a rough childhood growing up, and some of you can relate a little bit, hopefully most of you can't, but the one thing that I do know is that life's not fair. Say yes, somebody. Amen, life's not fair. But what do you do with that? Do you just get off, fair, I ain't gonna be fair. Nah, you can't do that. Let me explain a little something. You want to hear a little bit about my past before I tell you the things that I wish somebody told me?
Yeah.
My father was a drug dealer and a pimp. How many of you did not see that coming? Raise your hand. Whoop, there it is. There it is. Yeah. And as a matter of fact, he didn't claim me as his own kid. When he found out my mom was pregnant, he said, that ain't my kid. Because my mom and him had busted up, and she went and shacked up with another drug dealing pimp. Money, I guess. So I never met my real dad until I was an older kid. He still didn't claim me. And I don't know about y'all, rejection don't feel good. That's the mother load of pain right there when somebody, you sense rejection. And so my mom, she ended up, didn't provide the best environment for us as kids. I had siblings. And she actually ended up marrying a total of 6 times. And I went to 14 schools. By the time I was a senior in high school, I'd gone to 14 different schools. And 17 different houses. My life radically changed, gang. When I was about 5 years old, we were out in the country playing in the woods of Mississippi. And a fella came up to me, he said, come here, I want to show you something. And it was the middle of the summer. You know how it gets hot here? Like really hot? It gets hot like that down south too. But it's got humidity. The kind that will slap you in your face like, what are you talking about? And it was hot. So all I got on is like coveralls, or overalls with shorts. They're cut in the shorts. I'm barefoot, I got no shirt underneath, and I'm playing. We were so poor, we didn't have any big toys, so I used like a little corn cob with feathers stuck in the back. You can throw it up and it does a little whirly bird down. And like, woo, I played with that forever. Not like the mall, you go in the mall, you know that little booth in the middle, they got the little helicopters? And one day I want to bring in a corn cob and just bury that thing. Pick my corn cob up. Yeah. My little Cobra attack cob right here. But you know what? I'm playing, this guy says, come here, I want to show you something. And he brought me into this little building we're not supposed to go into because there was chicken houses on either side. Long, 200-300 yards, chicken house. And that's where they separate the eggs and the chickens. But he brought me in there, and I should have just run, but I didn't. And as soon as we got in there, he shut and locked the door. He was a child molester. And he went to abuse me, and then he attempted to kill me so that I wouldn't tell anybody what had happened. And there was a commercial cooler in the corner of the building, and he shoved me in there and left me there to die. I was 5 years old, summer of 1970. I pounded on the door, but nobody came. I ended up pulling my knees into my chest and passed out from it being so cold. The only thing I could hear was the cooler, just like we hear it now, blowing. Except it was freezing in there. I learned early on that life's not fair, and that you don't always get justice. But what you're gonna do? I tell young people and old, you will either get hard because of this life, or you're gonna get tough. And my encouragement to y'all is to get tough, don't get hard. Hard makes you stop feeling, stop caring, stop loving, and stop being loved. And that'll mess your life up. Believe me, I see it. I see girls who, I think of a 12-year-old girl who went through abuse and craziness, and she just tried to get rid of it all. She let the craziness of this world make her little heart hard. And she ended up waiting for mom to go to sleep and shot her with a gun in the face and killed her. How many kids I visit with who are trying to make the hardness go away, the pain of the unfairness of life, so they start drinking, and then they do drugs, or they get into relationships because they think, hey, guys and girls get in a relationship, oh yeah, but it turns out bad, and people use them and they get angry, and then they just get harder. It's a horrible place to be. I had the choice as a kid, what am I gonna do? You know, my family, they eventually found me, and I was unconscious, and they rushed me up to the house. Now, we were poor, because we were country people. So they didn't bring me to the hospital. They actually, they wrapped me in a blanket and put me in a chair and faced me toward the sun. They're like, now the boy's frozen. He gotta thaw out. Go ahead now. And then I did. When I told them what had happened, they went and found the guy. They kicked in his door and they beat him inside of his house, because that's how my family dealt with things, through violence. And then they hog-tied him. And they drug him from behind a tractor, and behind my mama's house was a big pecan tree. And they actually rode up there, threw a rope over the limb, made a noose, and they hung him. Now, they didn't kill him. They waited for him to pass out when they cut him down. How many of you know that's crazy? That's my peeps. That's the kind of craziness I was raised in. And, you know, things can be so crazy that you just think it's normal. That's when you start getting crazy. Because you're like, yeah, they hung him. Teachers at school going, what? Yeah, they hung him. They hung him in a pecan tree. Can I go to recess now? Abuse is not normal, and there's never an excuse for abuse. Either given or receiving. Well, my mom, she got in this cycle of marrying crazy people, and she married some. I used to tell you, one guy, he was abusive too and crazy, and I mean, he put a gun in my head, he dumped me in the tub till I passed out. I've been electrocuted as a kid. They call it torture. And being raised in that environment is crazy. He ended up getting put in prison and then escaped prison. How's that? It was on the NBC nightly news. We're like, hey, there's our daddy. Run, daddy, run! And yet we thought it was normal. he ended up having to do his time. And then I said, I was so insecure as a kid because I wasn't always muscular like I am now. I was so skinny as a kid. Oh my God, I had to run around the shower to get wet. And you know what I was like? I mean, when I was a 9th grader, I was like 85 pounds.
Whoa. No,
yeah, really. And it didn't get much better. I graduated high school, I think, at 127, 125. And I was about 6 foot tall. So that was all of that. You know what? On top of it, I had a hole in my chest, a concave chest, which made me very insecure because everybody be going to the swimming pool and I wouldn't want to take my shirt off because I was, people make fun of me. Especially at school where now y'all don't do this anymore, do y'all? The shirts and skins and PE? The boy, it'd be weird if it was the girls, but I mean for the boys, they used to do shirts and skins, so half of the team would have to rip their shirt off, we're gonna play, and basketball, whatever, and I'd be going, oh, no, shirts, come on, and they'd say skins, and I'd pull my shirt off and people would be like, whoa, what happened to you, man? And I'd make up lies. Oh, I got hit with a cannonball.
I was thinking that same thing, that's what I would have said.
My brain, because of the abuse as a child, my brain didn't really function right. And so I was slow, but at least I was consistently slow. And I didn't get high marks on my grades. And I remember junior high, I remember geometry. Anybody doing geometry now? Oh my gosh, let's run out the doors right now screaming. No, we need good math students. Believe me, math and science is critical for our country. I mean, some of you are gifted at that. I was not. The teacher used to look at me, don't you get it? I'd be like, what's wrong with you? You dumb? I got hit by a bowling ball. And then I got picked on. Yeah, I got picked on. I was in the locker room by myself. And I was a new kid because I had to go to all different schools. And man, Lord help the new kids, especially if the girls think you're cute. And I had a couple of girls like, you're so cute. And the local boys were like, yeah, we'll see you messing with them women. I'm like, I don't even know them. I got caught in there, and they pinned me down, they're beating on me, I can't fight them, and then they thought it'd be funny. There was a pole right in the middle of the locker room. They spread my legs on the ground and they slid me on that pole. Boom! And I just curled up in a ball. That was fun. And I still had 5 kids. Let me tell you what, and then, I'm insecure and I get in trouble. I started doing drugs in the 6th grade. And here's the deal. I understand why some people drink or do drugs. It's like recreational. I just want to kind of forget, and some people I really want to forget. I was all of those. I want to forget about my childhood. Here's the problem with drinking or getting high or using drugs. It complicates things. Do you understand? I'm not up here saying, just say no, just say no. Because normally when you're in that situation, you're like, whoa, maybe so. I don't know about no. But let me tell you what, my advice, don't mess with that stuff. It can complicate your life. I ask kids in prison, I said, how many of you did things when you were drunk that you would never have done before? Boom, there is your hand. I sat with a girl one time in another facility. She couldn't stop shaking. She had post-traumatic stress disorder so bad. She couldn't stop shaking. And she looked just like any of you girls. It's not like boom. But she was incarcerated for a long time because they got drunk, got in a car, she's driving, boom. They wreck. Everybody's killed except her. and she had to live with that. Let me tell you what, use wisdom. I wish somebody would have stood up and told me, look, if somebody's going to get in a car and somebody's been drinking, just say, nope. I don't care if it's your best friends. I don't care if they're like, what are you talking about? You say, no, I'm not getting in a car. That increases the likelihood of somebody getting hurt, killed. Mr. Marx said that. He said, poke you in your eye if you push me. Guys, don't. Well, I was so insecure about this hole in my chest when I was your age that I told my mom, I said, Mom, I'm not doing too good in the popularity world. I want me a girlfriend. I gotta get rid of this big hole. And I said, they do surgeries. My mom looked at me and she said, well, we ain't got no money for surgery. Because we were living way out in the country in our little trailer. I was like, well, she said, you got to figure that out on your own, boy. So here comes my smart thinking going. I said, well, all right. And I actually devised a plan. I went, it was that night, I went to my bathroom, I waited till I was asleep, and I grabbed the plunger. Yeah, I wish I wasn't serious. I grabbed the plunger, I rinsed it off, because this is going to be my surgical equipment. I went in my bedroom, I locked the door. We didn't have computers back then, or I would have learned. Don't do this. I took my shirt off, I put that plunger on my chest. And I plunged it. And I kept thinking, it gotta come out a little bit. But it didn't, so I pressed it in there as hard as I could. And then I undid the stick and threw it down. And the little plunger was still there, sucking really hard, so I just kind of walk around the room like this. Okay, how long we gotta wait? I don't know. This is experimental. I could be coming up with something here. So I ended up sitting on my bed. I got tired, and then I fell asleep. I woke up, you know how you go to sleep and then you wake up and you don't know what time it is? It was like dark outside. I was like, what? Yeah, it was like 3 or 4 in the morning. I'm like, and the thing was still on me. I was like, oh my gosh. I went over to the mirror. I pulled that thing off as hard as I could. Pop! I looked in the mirror, the hole was still there. The only thing I got was the biggest hickey you have ever seen in your life. I was like, yeah, now I'm a catch for the lady. It was that time frame when I was about your age, I got in some trouble and I had skipped school and they caught me and I got sent home, got suspended, sent home, and my new stepfather was waiting for me. And my mom called him and said, you better whoop him. So he said, you go wait in my bedroom. So I'm like, whatever. And then I can look out the window. He took a 2x4 in his tool shed. He's making a paddle. I'm like, that's kind of child abuse. Yeah, he come in there and he started whooping me with that thing, and then I stood up against him. I said, not again. And I was so angry that tears started welling up in my eyes. You know, you're that angry, like, and he saw I kind of had this crazy look. So he said, come here. And he walked me to the back of the trailer and he opened the door. He said, boy, if you ever get in my face again, he said, I will beat you like a man. Now I knew I couldn't whoop him, but I was like, I don't care, I'm gonna go for it. Because I'm gonna hit you one time. I'll wait till you're sleeping. Have a pillowcase fight with bricks in it. I don't know what happened, we were playing and he moved slow now. But we feed him his oatmeal and jello. Well, he saw I had that crazy look, because I'd experienced abuse, and I was like, it ain't gonna happen again. This really freaked me out. I mean, in all my teenage years, this is one of the things that tripped me out the most. My stepfather looks at me and says, boy, it's time you learn something about me. I was like, what? Because I had seen some surprise, but this tripped me out. He goes to his bed, he reaches underneath his bed and pulls out a briefcase, lays it on his bed and opens it up. And he pulls out a newspaper clipping and lays them down. He said, "You better read this before you ever get in my face again." I was like, all right. This is the story. And I finished reading that thing. It was about my stepfather. He was a gang member in a biker gang. They rode tricycles. No. Well, that's kind of funny. No, he's in this big biker gang and he goes into a bar, gets in a fight, pulls out a pistol and shoots 2 people and kills one of them. And they sentenced him for killing a man and he ended up going to Chino prison for murder. I looked at it. I said, "That's you?" He said, "Yeah." I said, "You killed that man?" He said, "Yeah." I said, "Well, I'll tell you something. I'm gonna go mow the lawn right now." I was like, as soon as I could talk to my mom, I was like, "Hey, Mom, well, you made a murderer?" She's like, "Of course I know that. Just don't tell anybody." "Oh, okay, I won't." I remember I thought this could be pretty cool. Have a Father Sunday, people messing with you, potato sack race and all that. Smell like, "Yeah, my dad will whoop your dad." I'm like, "No, he won't. My daddy will kill your dad. Read this." I got a bad dad. He ain't just rad. So here I am. I got messed up and I got in trouble a lot in high school, but I had fun, but I covered up. But I did graduate. That's the good news. I graduated from high school. But I was a bad student. I don't think there are any teachers here. God bless our teachers. I mean, the ones that care. The ones who are bored, it's like, go get them a job already. But teachers who have the privilege of teaching y'all, man, that's awesome. That's awesome. And I had some pretty good teachers in high school. They didn't give up on me. They held me accountable. I mean, they even, one teacher, oh man, they made me so mad. They didn't care. They didn't care at all. They tried to flunk me. And anyway, I had a bad temper. So I broke into the school one night, crawled through the ceiling, dropped into their room, and absolutely destroyed their room. Tore up the desk, the chalkboard, broke nasty things all over it, put glue in the keyhole. It's like, yeah, mess with me again. The next day at school, they came on the announcements. "We know who did this. So come to the office right now, or the police are going to be involved." I was sweating so bad, I was like, they're joking. Aren't they? They don't know who did this. And you know what? I started letting my heart get hard. And I started doing crazy stuff because of my past. I actually broke in and got a school bus. I was like, this is fun. I started doing crazy things that were not good for me. And let me tell you, as a matter of fact, when I graduated, I was such a rowdy guy, they stopped me at the door before going into the gym, and they searched me. I had the thing on, the gown with the little, and they made me open. They searched everything, and they were going, we heard something's up with you, you're going to do. I said, I'm not doing nothing. And then he made me take off my little hat and look underneath that little cap. And then all of a sudden, when I went in and sat down, it was the bleachers and all the students there. We all were wearing blue and blue caps, but one person right on the end had a rebel flag that they didn't catch. It was me. And everybody starts laughing, and boy, the assistant principal was so mad because it was like, ah. And then when they did the little benediction, he came and gave me a new hat, and he said, I'll see you Monday. I was like, no, you won't, because I'm out of here. I got you even today. Yeah, when I walked up on stage, they called my name, everybody's clapping, I got my little swag, yeah, I'm making it, right. they gave me an empty folder. They kept the certificate of graduation. And he said, we'll see you Monday. I was like, oh no. This is not good. I walked off the stage with an empty folder. Oh crap. And you know what? I had to go see him Monday. And they actually said, you know what? We really have pushed you through to get you out of the school because you weren't doing too good in your credits. We were being real gracious and you pulled this stunt. He said, we can make you actually go to summer school before we let you graduate. I was like, ah. He said, but we talked it over. We just want you to leave. Here's your certificate. Please don't ever come back here. I think I said, okay, I'm out of here. I'm out of here right now. And you know what? I let some of the stuff from my past drive me because I was angry and I was starting to get hard. And people say, well, you know, if your parents were messed up, what about your grandparents? One of my grandfathers, he died in a mental hospital. Yeah, the same mental hospital that my biological dad went to. And guess what? I had to get psychiatric care. I had 123 visits to a trauma specialist for my abuse as a kid in 9 months. I've been on Depakote, Depakine, Prozac, Zoloft, lithium. I was labeled stuff that if I would live to the label the psychiatrist given me, I would have never made it. Do you understand? Don't let people label you negative stuff. You rise above your labels. Especially if somebody says, you ain't gonna amount to nothing. Are you stupid? Are you ugly? It's like, Don't let people accept the positive labels in your life. Well, my other grandfather, you know, you can have one good grandfather. He was really good until the end. I really loved him. He was really good, but he caught his wife cheating on him in public. He found her, and he pulled out his gun and he shot her in her head. And then he turned the gun and killed himself. It's a murder-suicide. That's my background. That's where I come from. And people didn't give me a chance. Very few people spoke into my life positive things to say, look, life is rough, but you're going to be tough. It's going to be hard. And that's what I tell y'all today. Don't let the negative aspects of this world make you hard. The other thing is don't give up. Hey, look at me here. You know, we only have a few minutes left, so I got to hurry. And I'm going to end on one big demo. Yes. But do not give up. Do you understand? And young people, we give up in different ways. It may be just your studies, where you're like, forget it, I don't want to, you know, I ain't going to do this. Come on. Come on. This is just a season of your life. Where you are right now is not who you are. Do you understand? It's just part of your life going through. You know what separates you from us adults? It's not a job. It's just responsibility. And the sooner you take full responsibility for yourself and your actions, you stop blaming people for other stuff, you're going to become an adult soon. Because I'll ask some of the adults in here, some of us know people in their 30s, 40s, and 50s that still haven't grown up. Still have not accepted responsibility, and their life is miserable. Well, here's the other thing is, be transparent, but don't be vulnerable. Girls, this is for you, ladies. Don't make yourself vulnerable with no dude. They'll be like, oh, I love you. And then they'll be talking about you Monday. I loved her. Oh, yeah, here are the details. Don't you dare make yourself vulnerable to no guy, because that'll bring so much heartache on you. And then also, guys, understand the difference between success, and achievement, joy, contentment. I know a great many people who are well-known achievers in this world, but they actually don't have happiness. They don't even have contentment. They could be worth millions and millions and millions and still be miserable. I've got these friends. Einstein said, we act as though comfort and luxury were the chief requirements of life, when all we need to make us happy is something to be enthusiastic about. Pursue things that you enjoy. You don't have to figure out what you're going to do with your life right now. That's a lot of pressure. Do you understand? You don't have to figure it out. You don't have to be responsible. Don't waste time, you know. But look, enjoy, pursue what you enjoy. I'm telling you, I wish somebody would have told me that then. Here's the other thing. Gauge and then extend your degree of trust of others for those who've earned it. Don't be so trusting with people. You better make sure that they earn it, or people will take advantage of you in this world, you know? And you'll be miserable. And the other thing is expect the same thing. If you want your parents to trust you, you've got to give them some history that you're trustworthy. Do you understand? Am I getting too parenting with y'all right now? Do y'all know I care for y'all? Look, your life right now is like a minefield, and you're walking through it. And there's two sides of a minefield. One, because I was a United States Marine, I understand claymores, I understand explosive. You go through the wrong place, you trip something, boom, you lose a leg or a life. In your life, don't walk on that side. We all have to learn to walk on this side of the minefield because it's loaded with like firecrackers. That's all. You walk through there and boom, ow, you get a blister, but that's it. You go, oh, I don't do that, I'll go right here. The big mines are violence, and drinking, drugs, promiscuous lifestyle. That stuff will hurt you. It can really, really hurt you. Make better decisions while you can now, so it won't mess up your life later. Well, I need to end this thing. It's been fun, but I'm gonna do another. You want to see another little karate thing? Yeah. I need 5 volunteers.
Oh my God.
Okay, 1.
Let's go on, Batman.
2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah.
I know, I'm like...
Come on.
There you go, Anthony.
All right. Where you at, Mr. Carlos?
I'm glad I get to watch this all over.
Okay, gang, I'd like y'all to grab a balloon right there.
Do it again,
Okay?
right?
Y'all grab a balloon. There you go. All right. Okay. Don't be scared. How do you like these? There's nunchucks. 2 sticks connected with a rope. The idea is to spin them and not hit yourself. All right, what I'm going to attempt to do, y'all come over here right here. I'm going to attempt to knock those out of your hand without hitting you. Yeah, exactly. That's what I would do. Okay, let me have y'all. Oh boy. Let me have you line up right here. Girls first, guys in the back. Face me. There you go. 1, 2, 3. Good, guys behind, in the back. There you go. There you go. All right. All right. Hold them out straight out. Good, just like that. Okay. Whoa. All right. Now look. When I swing, if I knock it out your hand, just lightly hold it. Put your hand behind your back. Okay. If I hit your hand, put your hand behind your back. Okay. All right. Y'all ready? Okay, here we go. On the count of 3. I've hit people before, just so you know. All right. 1. Now this is I'm nervous. 1, 2. Let's give the girls a big hand. Very good. There you go. Guys, come on. Are y'all nervous? No? Okay, good. Put them in your mouth. Would y'all like to see it in their mouth? All right, here we go. This could get really ugly. I hit a guy one time, I split his chin open all the way. He was bleeding, it was yucky. Hands behind your back. On the count of 3, 1, 2. Yeah, let's give them a big hand right here. All right. Mr. Crothers, do I have time for one more? Yeah. Anger issues. Okay. Let's pull these over here. Gang, let me tell you what. How many like this? look here. The process of making a sword is not fun, okay? And I want all of you to be very strong, solid, sharp katanas for your life, okay? You as a person. It's so that you can enjoy your life and make an impact for a purpose, you understand? But let me explain this process real quick. The sword, how it actually starts out, is like this. It's just a piece of steel. And there's nothing fun about it. It's just raw. Come on, bud. Now look at here. This is how they make the sword. They put this in a hot furnace, and he pulls it out, and when it's red hot, he starts pounding on it. And then when he flattens it out, he puts it in water. And then he pulls it out, he does it again, he puts it in the furnace, beats on it, he folds the blade where the blade actually gets folded in half. And then he pounds on it and lengthens it and puts it into the water. He goes again and again. So look, to finally where he flattens it out and he can start to see an edge. But he's folded the blade so many times it makes it strong. And when you feel like in your life, you have been being folded again and again, and things aren't fair and you're being pounded on, don't give up, do you understand? Don't ever give up. When people fail you, when people use you, don't give up. Because if you stay with the process, you'll turn out to be a great sword with purpose and a passion for life. Do you understand? Don't stop. Amen. That's good. That's good talk right there. Do you agree? All right, now I'm going to try to do the most dangerous thing I ever do. I don't even know how to do this. Do it. Yeah, let's bring this all over here. I'm going to lay Mr. Crothers, my black belt, down here. 5th degree black belt, yeah, you can put him right there. And I'm going to attempt to take this samurai sword, place a watermelon on his belly, and cut it in half without cutting him. How many would like to see this? Okay, now you have to promise you're not going to try this at home, okay? Okay. All right. Now people ask me, they go, well, is the sword really sharp or is it a fake one? La 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 la. Okay. It's sharp, okay? And man, I messed this up the last time. Jeff, I don't want to get your shirt messed up. Let me see if I can. I got another one. Oh, here's one. Here. All right. Just kind of, because I think that melon's going to explode. So it don't ruin your nice shirt. Okay. The last time, you guys, on my film, for the outtakes of the film, we did a demo reel. And I did this cut on my son. I have a 20-year-old son. And he sat down, he took his shirt off, he's laying there, everything's cool. Wham! I cut him. I totally cut him. I hit him across his hip bone and split him open. I mean, it wasn't like his guts weren't pouring out, but he was bleeding. I was like, oh my gosh. And it was on film. I was like, your mom, don't tell your mom. Because my wife, I didn't tell y'all this, my wife is a black belt. 2nd degree black belt, and she's former Miss Fitness USA. So can you imagine when we get into it in the house? It's like, what'd you say? What'd you say? You want some of it? Take the garbage out? Yeah. Oh, okay, I'll get it, baby. So, this ain't fake. That's why I don't use any students, because the likelihood of you getting killed. All right. Okay.
I'm terrified right now. Calm down, Kim.
All right, here we go. Woo! Here we go. Hey, did we have a good time today? I enjoyed myself, and I got to tell y'all, y'all sure been so respectful of my time up here and me sharing my story. And I hope for some of you, I brought hope and encouragement to you. Okay? Because we all need that in our life, yes?
Can I get some melon? Okay,
because I live here in town and we have our martial arts academy is called Cajun Karate. CajunKarate.org. Over by the mill. I invite you guys, if you ever want to come and check it out, you come train. Alright, you come do it. If you feel like you ain't got money, just come and train. We'll beat on you more. But we're here to help, do you understand? And I hope you feel that from us. That's why I come and share it. And I want to give y'all a gift today. I want to give y'all a gift today, special for y'all. I wrote that book. How many of you would like to read my story? Know more about it? Alright. I got pictures of me in there as a kid, and the hole in the chest, and all that, okay? But guys, I brought the book for y'all today, and I'm going to give y'all each a copy free. Hey, only thing I'm gonna ask you is you go to my Facebook page and tell me if you liked it or had a good time today, okay? How many do Facebook? I better see my numbers go up, okay? Come on. Write something on my wall. I read everything people post me, okay? So in the lobby, we have a table and we have books where you can get one there, okay? You pick it up. And I appreciate the time to be here, staff. We appreciate it. My name is Victor Marx. Thank you very much.